Hey everybody, this is Scott, your Hoosier Marshal, here on a Saturday afternoon for another video. It's a beautiful day here in Northeast Indiana, finally. I got some things checked off of the honeydew list, got the yard mowed, went to Real King, picked up fertilizer, weed and feed, got that spread on the lawn so it can grow in nice and thick, and I just have to keep mowing it more. But Mrs. Marshall likes it to look that way. So that's what we do. Today, smoking in my America pipe, my old favorite, Prince Albert. I made a video about a month ago where I made a blend that I've come up with that I really like. It's Prince Albert, Lane 1Q, and some Black Cavendish mixed together. And when I made that video, I had a 14-ounce tub of Prince Albert just like this, and I used it all to make that mix. And I do enjoy that mix, but here in the last few days, I kind of been really wanting to just smoke some Prince Albert, so I went this morning and bought some. Because you just can't go wrong with Prince Albert. And after doing all the work that needed done, I got the honeydew list done and the things I wanted done to go with my pipe. I'm taking the time to enjoy a little Jack Daniels. With, of course, the champagne of beers. Good stuff. I downloaded iMovie on my phone this morning. I figured with camping season now upon us, Mrs. Marshall and I will be spending a lot of time at our seasonal campsite. And I can take a laptop there, and when I make YouTube videos, do my, I guess the way I traditionally doing it, downloading videos from my phone onto the laptop using Shotcut. But I thought maybe it would be easier just to download iMovie. Just do everything from my phone. But watched a few YouTube videos about how to use it. It doesn't look too complicated, but I'm just not used to it. So I don't know, maybe when I'm done making this video, I'll try to edit it with that. So I don't know how many of you use iMovie or how many of you use other editing softwares. And I know some of you don't edit at all. I'm just curious. I've heard many of you talking about iMovie. So figured maybe that would be the thing to do, at least, like I said, make it easier on myself when I'm at the campground, and because I will be making some YouTube videos from there, and who knows, I may end up liking iMovie better than the Shotcut, but from what I've researched, you can get a lot more in depth into the editing process using Shotcut or some kind of downloaded video on your computer. But we'll see. I did my Freedom Friday video last night with the 3 Remington 870 shotguns. And I didn't think at the time when I was making that video, but I said that I thought Remingtons were far superior shotguns to Mossberg. But I guess there needs to be a caveat to that. All the Remington 870s that I own were made back when Remington was Remington, and now they've been bought out. I can't remember who bought them out, and they finally started producing shotguns again. I can't speak for the quality of what Remington is putting out nowadays, but Remington from 30, 40 years ago, far superior quality, without a doubt. And one more note about a video that Piper Dave made. Uh, he talked about, are you actually being I can't remember how he worded it, a true, American, a true patriot, or do you just talk the talk but don't walk the walk? And that's why I started my Freedom Friday video, because Dave asked us to show if you have a flag flying in front of your house. So I took the time to show I missed a couple of them actually, that I have hanging in my barn. Took the time to show what I'm about, and I think that there seems to be a subsection of the YTPC that has latched on to Team Freedom. So, and I guess there are other subsections of the YTPC if you think about it, and you branch out and watch more presenters. Because I know there's a lot more YTPC. Sometimes you stumble on that, presenters that I don't even know about. I've not seen any of their videos that are focusing on their little subsection of it, and that's okay. That's good. I tend to subscribe to and mainly follow the presenters who I feel are like-minded to me. And when the Team Freedom thing started, that really brought about a subsection of the YTPC. So I think that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And, I think that's what some people are missing. People are complaining or frustrated that they think the YTPC isn't what it used to be. Just focus on your little subsection of the YTPC. No one owns it. I don't own it. Greg Tunnel, he took a tongue lashing from a presenter a while back, actually two presenters. Those presenters do not own the YTPC. Greg doesn't own it. None of us do. We all come together, and that's what makes the YTPC. And that's what makes it awesome. This morning I watched a video from Pat from Belgium, PJ. I'm sorry, Pat. Right now I can't think of your channel. We all know Pat. Not sure when he put that video out, but he might have put it out this morning. But he was 100% right. I never thought of it that way. We're all making our own movies. We're all starring in, directing, editing in our own movies. And of course, we're going to make our movies about what we want to make our movies about, because that's who we are. That was an awesome way to look at it. I never thought of it that way. All right. I took, in that little Paul Gilson nanosecond break that I took there, needed to pack another bowl in the pipe. This pipe's really awesome looking, but the bowl is just too tiny. I go through it pretty quick. I tell you what, I would absolutely suck in one of these slow smoke competitions that are going around. I just cannot make myself sip a pipe. I try, especially if it's a blend that I really like. I just want more of it, and I know I smoke it way too fast. And I'm sorry, Pat, it came to me also when I was packing my pipe. It's PJMP Pipes. So, and if you don't watch or subscribe to Pat's channel, you should. He has a good channel. Not only does he smoke a pipe and talk about that, he's into metal detecting and drones, and I enjoy watching. I enjoy watching his channel. I think some of it is because my grandfather was in the Army in World War II, and he was over there, and he talked about it some, not a whole lot, but he talked about it. But he was in Belgium, and when I saw that when Pat started his channel, and he told us he was from Belgium, that kind of gravitated me to it right there. And now that he's making videos and showing us the area that he lives in, taking the time to take us with him and make videos of what's in his area, I find it rather intriguing. So, the last thing I want to talk about, I said in my video yesterday, I have not been in the mood to make videos. I've had some frustrations in my life, and I see Jonathan X Piper X1X. He commented on my video I made yesterday because I said that in my video, and he said maybe some of it is the weather, which that's part of it. Because I think we all get that end of the winter blues where winter is still trying to hang on, spring is trying to rear its head up, and we just want to be out in the sunshine. Well, like today, I want to be out working in my yard out here, in my barn with the windows open and the doors open, and that's what I enjoy. I need that. And at the end of winter, it seems like so long that we've gone without it. It starts to eat at you. It starts to frustrate you. I mean, that's a proven fact. But I my question to you folks is, I'm older now. I'm 57. Pretty soon I'll be 58. I handle situations a lot differently now than I did 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Um, Last week, I was put in a situation where it's not work related at all, but I was put in a situation where someone who in this situation had authority over me, um, and was using that authority to be a total dick. Um, this person knew I wanted something, and more importantly, Mrs. Marshall wanted something, and this person used his authority to get in my face and yell at me over something that I had said that he didn't like. Um, because he knew I had two choices. I could either do what I really wanted to do, was rip his throat out and bash his brains in the sidewalk, or tuck my tail between my legs and walk away. the type A male and my strong personality really was hard to hold back. But I'm not an idiot. I'm not stupid. Um, I knew if I did that, first of all, Mrs. Marshall wouldn't have gotten what she really wanted that this person had control of. Um, and I can't react that way. Um, Being in the position I'm in with my job, I would lose my job, and even if this isn't what I did for a living, I know if I would react the way I truly wanted to, I'd end up with a criminal charge. Hey, I don't need that. So I did what I thought was the right thing, and I just walked away. But it's been eating at me ever since. I've since tried to make an appointment to talk to this person. And by the way, Mrs. Marshall did get what she was trying to get. I didn't want to ruin that for her and let my ego and my type A personality ruin that for her. But I've since tried to make an appointment to sit down and talk to this person face to face, to make him understand that I made the choice I did for a reason, for several reasons. Um, and I feel that he needs to make it right by at least apologizing. And if he doesn't, I have other actions I can take to get some recourse in this matter. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go that route. But I chose to leave that up to him. Um, I've set a deadline for this person to reach out to me and say, okay, I'm willing to talk to you so we can come up with a resolution. And I've made up my mind, if he does not, then I'm going to go with my plan B. But it's hard. It's hard for me to do that. That day that this happened, it was hard for me not to punch the guy right in the face. But I know that's not the way to handle it. But like I said, 30 years ago, someone talked to me like that, treated me like that, I know how I would have handled it. But you get older, you get wiser, you understand the consequences of your actions. But, you know, I don't understand why someone would push somebody to that point. And if you look at what this person did, how they came at me aggressively using their position of authority because they knew I had two choices, and either choice I made, he won, which really irritates me. I believe that is the perfect definition of a bully. And I don't deal with bullies, and I'm not going to let bullies win. I don't want to get into what it was and what happened and the whole details of it all. But how do you deal with this? What would you do? Are you the kind of person that you would have let your type A personality overcome you? Because trust me, I'm a type A personality. I'm just older and wiser. But what are your thoughts? What are your suggestions? Should I just let it go? All right, I'm really having a hard time doing that. Would you let it go? Would you push for another resolution to the problem? Would you be comfortable letting this person know that you tucked your tail between your legs and you walked away and you're just going to let them win? I'm at a crossroads. I right now my mind is made up that I'm going to let this deadline come, and if this person hasn't reached out to me, we haven't sat down and worked out a solution, then I'm going to go higher up the food chain. But you know, that could lead to the guy losing his job, and I don't want to see the guy. I'm not saying it would, but it could lead to this guy losing his job. I don't want to see anyone lose their job. But am I type A personality enough to push this to the point that that happens? I don't know. Am I just getting old and soft? But like I said, right now, it's the course of let the deadline come, and if it doesn't, I'm going to push it up the food chain. But I'm throwing this out there for you folks. Leave me a comment, email, you know my phone number, a text message, a phone call. What do you think I should do? And I can tell you 30 years ago, I wouldn't have been sitting here making a YouTube. Well, obviously 30 years ago, there was no YouTube, but if it was me 30 years ago, 30 years younger, I wouldn't be sitting here making a video talking to you folks about it. Uh, it would have ended badly for that person. But I'm not that. Like I said, I'm wiser now. But it was very hard to just turn and walk away. I have to say that. So, um, do you have any ideas, any suggestions, any thoughts? Reach out to me. All right, I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my day. It's too nice to sit here talking to you folks any longer. Until my next video, this is Scott, your Who's Your Marshal from Northeast Indiana, saying, make sure you always take the time to tell those you love what they mean to you, because you never know when it may be too late. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for watching.